asked Dean, would it be okay with you if I went and got him? And I said, if he could just stay one night because it's raining.
The honest truth is, when she says, I feel compelled to help this guy, how can I say no to that?
For 3 whole years, a resident of Clear Lake, Texas, Ginger Sprouse, saw a homeless man sitting on the same street corner. No matter the weather, he was always there when Sprouse drove by. She got curious about his story and decided to strike up a conversation with him one day, something no other passerby had opted to do. As they talked, she learned about his life as well as his struggles. His story was a heartbreaking one, and it deeply resonated with Sprouse. She then decided to do something about this homeless man, which changed his life forever. But what did she do? Welcome back to StoryScape. Before we dive into today's video, take a moment to click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to also hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. In 2016, Ginger Sprouse decided to stop and greet a homeless man she had been seeing by the side of the road for years. According to Sprouse, she never understood the power of a hello before she spoke with this homeless man. Before coming face to face with him, Sprouse did not have the best view of homeless people. She would say, "Why don't you get a job?" or "What's your problem?" But one day, Sprouse, who decided that this was something she did not like about herself, committed to changing it. Sprouse would see the homeless man as much as 4 times a day while driving, as he stood talking to himself. She even spoke to the police and social services to see if someone could assist him, but she never stopped to speak with him. People in town began talking about the man, saying that someone should do something about him. Ginger Sprouse eventually decided to be that person. One day in June 2016, Sprouse was on her regular commute when she decided to stop and speak to the man. She wanted to know why he was always in the same spot as he talked to passers-by. Ginger admitted that she was scared when the homeless man approached her vehicle one day. But once he talked to her, she realized it was okay and that the man just wanted a friend to talk to. Heartbreakingly, the homeless man, whose name is Victor Hubbard, explained that he had remained in that same spot in the hope that his mother, who had dropped him off there 3 years before, saying she would come for him, would one day come to collect him. Hubbard, who was suffering from mental illness, had been living on the streets periodically for 10 years and had not seen his mother since she left him on the busy corner in Houston. Sprouse became friendly with Hubbard, who was always eager to see her, telling others he had a friend named Ginger. According to Hubbard, he talked to Ginger every day, and he tried to keep a smile on his face. Behind the smile, Hubbard said he was thankful, and although he was going through something, he tried not to let it get the best of him. Hubbard's gratitude and his ability to smile in the face of all his struggles really wowed Sprouse. He was the most positive person she knew. Ginger Sprouse's interest in Hubbard spiraled into something greater. When she described Hubbard, she called him kind, loving, and gracious. She said that Hubbard did not ask her for anything, and he did not want anything. He was just excited that she wanted to stop and talk to him. So as the months went by, Ginger and Hubbard spent more time with each other. Inspired by his story, she wanted to do more. According to Ginger, it was not okay with her that Hubbard was there waiting, and they could not do anything about it. Ginger Sprouse had a difficult time getting this homeless man out of her mind, especially on one cold, rainy night in December. Sprouse could no longer just give him kind words of friendship. "I could not leave him there," she said. She knew he had some warm blankets to sleep in. However, she was worried about how he would keep dry. This led her to ask her husband if she could pick up Hubbard and have him stay with them for the night. Honestly, when she said, "I feel compelled to help this guy, how can I say no?" Ginger's husband explained. Ginger and her husband then invited Hubbard to stay with them until he could get back on his feet. She also gave him a job at the cooking school she owns and hooked him up with social services to help with his mental and physical health and other needs. Sprouse also shared Victor Hubbard's story on Facebook. she set up a Facebook page called This is Victor to share his plight. She made this move as a way for the community to get to know Hubbard better and to take part in getting him the help he needed. In her first post, Sprouse wrote, "I drove by Victor's corner at least 4 times a day. I listen to people talking around town and keep hearing, someone needs to do something about that guy. So, I will be the organizer and hope that we as a community can be someone together." The community responded by helping Hubbard get clothes and eye tests and to be seen by doctors. The local fire station even vowed to oversee his medication needs. A block party that was thrown was attended by more than 200 people to show their support for the man they had seen on the same corner every day. Sprouse also started a GoFundMe page to raise money for shelter, clothing, medication, and food. The GoFundMe page also received a lot of donations. The Facebook page that Ginger opened for Hubbard has been liked by thousands of people and has a stream of comments from locals expressing their relief that Victor Hubbard is receiving care. Updates are also regularly posted by Ginger, including videos about Hubbard's improvements and messages that he has recorded for his friends. Hubbard's story went viral, and his uncle ended up hearing about him. Once Hubbard's uncle heard his story, he reconnected him with his mother. "I've got to talk to her, and I really feel like I accomplished something," Hubbard said. While he has met up with his mom, Sprouse acknowledges that Hubbard's mom cannot cope with his specific needs. So her family decided to make a lifelong commitment to Hubbard, their new family member. Ginger Sprouse, who saw Hubbard, a homeless person who was sick and in need of care, could have continued to drive by. However, she decided to stop by and speak with him. She didn't see it as time wasting to listen to the story of this homeless man. That was not all. After listening to his story, she also offered to help. Today, Hubbard has a much different story and has received the care he needs to be mentally healthy. Now, Ginger and Hubbard help others by sharing their story and raising funds to help the mentally ill and homeless. The actions of Ginger Sprouse were brave. She opened her home and her family's life up to a homeless man, and it changed his life. When we are willing to listen to others and give ourselves to their service, we can bring wholeness and new life to the hurting people among us. We can help and bless others. Hubbard says that he hopes that his story will help inspire others to change their lives for the better. "I think everyone can learn something from my story. To know that I had the courage to transform and become a better person," Hubbard said. And it likely has, especially since Ginger Sprouse has written their story in a book titled, by Hubbard, Kinda Like Grace. Proceeds from this book will go toward building a home for someone in need. Hubbard hopes that he can continue thriving and help others to do the same. "I would just like to be a people person and be able to help someone get to the next level by my story or my actions," Hubbard said. "Just anything to uplift a person and push them to the limit, you know?" Hubbard explains that if you're going to love people, you have to step into their mess, since life is messy, instead of trying to avoid that mess. While Hubbard learned to receive love, Ginger learned how to give love. Their story is the perfect embodiment of how much we can help and learn from each other. Ginger and Hubbard's story shows how kindness and compassion can make a real difference in someone's life. Ginger's decision to reach out to Victor and offer him a place to stay had a profound impact on his life, helping him to get back on his feet and start a new chapter. Their story also shows us how everyone has the potential to make a positive impact in their community. Ginger was just an ordinary person who saw someone in need and decided to take action. Her story shows us that we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how small our actions may seem. Also, we should learn to treat the homeless with dignity and respect. Hubbard's story reminds us that the homeless are real people with their own stories and struggles. By treating them with kindness and compassion, we can help to restore their sense of dignity and self-worth. We're sure you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to also hit that notification bell because we have more amazing stories on the way. We'll see you in the next video.